CJ had such an incredible year. It's hard to, what more can we expect from him? So when you say it'll be different in terms of him, such a special quarterback, I mean, you were around the greatest quarterback for so much of your career. I mean, the Bledsoe had happened 2 games into your first year in New England in 2001. What is it about CJ? Maybe it's unfair to compare him to a young Tom Brady, but what reminds you of that, whether it's poise or pocket presence or what we can expect?
Yeah, I would say a lot of the really good quarterbacks just in this league, I don't speak in general terms, they're very competitive. They work, they care a lot about winning, and that drives them and motivates them to continually improve and get better because what you did in one season, again, doesn't necessarily translate to the next season. I would say in our situation, I'm sure teams will study some of the things that we did. So we're going to kind of have to come up with some tweaks and modifications to counterbalance some of those types of things. But I would say CJ is very prideful. He cares a lot about winning. He's very competitive. Even when we go out in the field in the spring, we have a third down compete period. Like he wants to win. And when you have that mindset, that kind of trickles down to the rest of the team. He believes in himself. He has a lot of self-belief. So I think those are some of the qualities. Forget about the physical attributes and skills. Like obviously that is a part of it. But the way you're wired, the way you think, and your just constant willingness to improve and get better, those are what makes you go from good to great. And then you want to see if you can maintain that longevity over the course of your career, understanding you're going to deal with some ups and downs. So how you handle the adversity, how you kind of handle the tough situations, that is going to really tell you a lot about that individual and that player. So we're going to probably see some things this year that we didn't see last year. We're certainly, we're going to face significant competition on a week-to-week basis, but that's this league. So you have to be prepared for that and just kind of take it 1 week at a time. But, CJ is a great person. He's a great kid, cares a lot about winning, has great relationships with really everybody on the team, whether it's players, staff, operationally, PR, and he's himself. And I think what we try to stress to everybody, just be who you are. Like, don't try to be somebody that you're not, because I think players are smart enough, they see through that. So we're excited about this upcoming season and excited about CJ's growth and just continue to press forward.
I love that you let them be who they are. I can't imagine, as someone who has Gronk on our show every week, he still falls into these Patriot way sort of things. And you have a rookie quarterback there who has his own podcast, who is fully himself and is allowed to be. I think it's so beautiful that that's a part of what's going on and what makes it work so well down there. When I watch CJ, oh my God, he's never rattled, Nick. Like he's always, nothing gets to this kid.
Well, I mean, playing with poise and playing with confidence is important because football is chaos. So in 2.5, 3 seconds, there's so many things that happen. And the quarterback specifically touches the ball on every play. So I would say you have to be consistent with your demeanor. You have to be able to move from one play to the next. I mean, the great ones are able to do that and mitigate sort of the bad plays. And I'd say just relative to the personalities and who they are, I'd say honestly, it starts with D'Amico and who he is and the message that he permeates to the team. So everything kind of starts at the top and trickles down. But I think the one thing I've learned and been fortunate to be in this league for going on 24 years now, you have to move and evolve with the times. And it doesn't mean you can't still have your core principles and standards that you believe in, but we're just in a different age. We're just a different stage societally. Different things are more important to some folks. It doesn't mean that they can't pursue those things. It just means you got to make sure you keep the main thing, to quote CJ, which is something that he believes in. But ultimately, football, your performance on the football field is going to create other opportunities for you. So you can't lose focus. But we're going to support the players as best we can, hold them to a high standard, make sure they're accountable, and then just try to do the right thing along the way.